That's even better. No, guys, the other way.
Yeah, but there's an item here. Golden rune 10.
Yeah, but the other way.
But the
What do
rune
you mean
10.
the other way?
Where we came from, there's a staircase.
Why?
But the
There's a
rune.
staircase.
There is.
Guys, Saribot's here. What?
Yeah.
Sorry about.
What happened?
Where's sorry about?
Like here. Just
Yeah,
gonna
this
sit
one.
down for a second. I also need to refresh my Godric's rune.
Oh. Iwi, you're gone from share chat.
Hmm?
You have to start it
Oh,
again.
why?
I don't know. It says
Okay.
you're not here.
Oh. I will start it again.
Yeah, because it says Saribot joined again.
Yeah, sorry about. It's sorry about's fault.
Dang.
Yes.
What the
Then
hell?
sorry about.
Bruh, I don't want to touch the stake of Mark.
Why not? Touch it.
Touch.
I did.
Where's that from? Touch.
Touch.
Oh, from Is that not from thingy? So neither. How did you?
Didn't even see that guy.
Touch it, pure dark soul.
Oh yeah, the Gale says that. The Gale.
Hail, man.
Doesn't
the
he say
best.
like, give me that thing, the dog soul?
That's at
For
the
my
end.
lady's painting.
But he wants you to touch the painting. He's like, touch
Touch
it.
touch the darkness inside of me.
Yeah, we're about to get there in our playthrough.
Yes.
We're about to touch him.
We're about to touch him.
Yeah.
Wawa.
And then we get stuck then.
Hey, Wawa's a gas station here.
What's in here?
Wawa.
Yeah. I got it.
Thank you.
Grab it. What is it?
It's a ghost ball.
Oh, the bell bearing.
Bellberry Hunter.
Oh,
Yeah. Why are so many Pikachus here?
Pikachu.
no, that's the other Pokemon. Slimy one.
No,
Sunburst 7.
So good.
Oh,
Damn, get pronked. 10. Oh, look at how
Ow,
beautiful
ow,
the
ow.
night is underground.
the moon is beautiful today.
Oh, it is.
It is.
Oh, wow, that... Stream Elements, what are you doing here?
Don't trust stream elements.
Yeah, but he's like... an hour late.
Better late than never.
Ooh,
Yes. That's how the saying goes.
bam.
The puppets.
The Nightingales.
The poopers.
The pooper.
The pants poopers. Hey, Suki Buki Puki Snooki.
Hey.
Hello.
It's
Who's Scrappy?
the Dutch.
It's a bowling ball.
Who is Scrappy? Did you like our meme?
Ow.
Toto? Did
I
you
got
like our
pranked.
meme that we
Yeah.
posted?
Get pronked.
Oh,
Oh, I got
poor
pronked again. Why I can rot breath. Wah! That did so much damage. Is he just looking at me, or is he stuck?
Does he have eyes?
Yeah.
We killed the ball.
The whole ball is actually an eyeball.
And there's a ball up above us, right here.
Yes. He's gonna bronk us.
Look at this pranker.
Okay, have fun.
I'm out of stamina.
I'm out of magic. I have to drink.
Magic.
Perfect.
Nice. Oh, it even closes the door. I never realized that.
Yeah, they're trapped.
Larva's here.
No,
Yeah,
it's
pretty
trapped
good.
with us here, not the other way.
That's true. Another 10. We're rich.
Lamar, he's getting pranked.
Damn, get pranked.
They
You
got
about to
him.
die?
Yeah, because you guys just ran past it and don't help me.
Why would I want to fight all these things?
Because
Yeah.
there's a ball that drops a lava to you as well.
What? You should have said that in the beginning.
You should have known.
You didn't
Nice
tell me.
dragon.
If I only had mana.
I am not an aura.
See, there's the ball. Did I promise too much?
I don't want a dragon.
Where's the ball? I don't even see the ball. It's still up there for me.
What?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, he's like in the door for me.
He's stuck for me
It's
up
still
there
up
too.
there.
He like
You
killed me.
can attack the ball. We can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still
Ow.
up there.
Well,
he's
Nito,
just
who are you
squished me
fighting?
against the-
Who you
he
fighting
squished me
over?
against the thing. I'm dead.
He's fighting his demons. Welcome in, Miriam. How you
Squeezed me
doing?
against the wall. I couldn't do anything.
Still up there. Oh
You're,
yeah,
yeah,
you're attacking the ball up
God.
there for us.
I got it.
Antelope is still up there. Nice.
Oh, now you fell down.
No, it doesn't even die for. It doesn't even. Oh
I got
no,
it.
I got it.
John Night Rain.
Yes. How you doing, Miriam? Did you win in Rival?
Pretty good.
But am I still alive?
Mimic.
Mimika.
Maybe.
Is there like a second guy?
Suffer. What
Two
happened?
mimics.
That's how you
No, he
play
has
it.
a shield again. My weakness.
Not the shield.
The shieldman.
No. Oh, he got me. He broke me.
Damn.
He roll called me.
No, he's still attacking you.
Oh,
He could win, but no. What will happen?
I have to run all the way there. Oh, that's so far away. There's not a single bonfire.
Yeah.
why did you stop?
I don't know.
What?
Okay.
That's true. It's because I wasn't there. You didn't invite me. I saw you playing at
See,
4
Golem,
a.m.
Look in the mirror. Wow. Why are you in my mirror, Em?
Oh, shoot. Nice.
We got him. I'm talking to Yavi. I know.
The moon of Noxtella.
Yes. It's a legendary talisman that does nothing.
Legendary.
Like the worst talisman in the game.
Me when no Dark Souls 2.
Exactly. I can't wait for you to see Shrine of the Mana. So
Yeah, that's the best. It is so good. It's so peak that I actually saw it in my reel.
We're going to play it seamless. 4 of us, right?
Yeah.
yes.
V and then M.
Yeah, M join us.
Nice. It will be peak.
Yes.
M love the Dark Souls.
Yeah. The Dark Souls.
Your dark soul. Let me touch it.
No, I can't.
Sorry. What's the
You have to
password?
join. You have to join to pass this door.
You have passed.
Granted.
It's like a tower from, a riddle from the Magic Tower.
Yeah.
Magic who?
Yes.
Why are you looking up? Look so dumb.
Why?
Are you doing the meme?
Yeah.
Looking up.
We're back.
Yes.
We're so back.
Any bonfires?
Yeah, I think past after the elevator maybe.
Yeah,
Any
after Elden
bonfires
Ring
in
we
chat?
play Misery.
Mr. B.
Oh, the misery.
Ooh,
He's ascending.
I'm flying.
The bonfire.
Thank you.
Fire.
Very good.
I told you.
You can talk to Ronnie.
No bone
Yeah,
in chat?
You talk to Ronnie?
Yeah, talk to Ronnie.
No, never talk
Bon
to
was
Rani.
here.
That's it.
Yes.
Well, I already spoke to her, I think, so skip most of the
Now
dialogue
we
for you.
fight the furry.
Yes.
Furry.
Yeah.
Furry. Guys, actually, did you know that these are not their real eyes?
Oh, what? How can they see?
They actually have tiny eyes.
Everybody knows that.
No, that's a secret.
No, you need to play Dark Souls 2 to know that.
No, you don't need to play Dark Souls.
Actually, did you
4.
know in Dark Souls 2 they're all like those frog people without the bubbly eyes?
Why
What?
Yeah, they're like two different species.
they tricked us?
You have been tricked.
Blight, I'm sorry to say, but you got prompt.
Get promped on.
You expected one epic duel, but you get ganked by 3 people.
Yeah, this is your duel now. The triple gank.
Get prompt.
Oh, he's spinning.
Got him.
Get pranked on. Oh! He almost got me.
The rod killed it.
Prompt.
We will know if we finally did seamless Dark Souls 2 together. We will after
We're
this
doing that
today
next week. On the
download Dark Souls
27th?
2.
27th's a good day.
27, 2 Dark Souls 2.
Yeah. Dark Souls 2 27. Perfect.
Miyazaki did it again. He hinted it
Discard a
already.
balance B key.
Dun, 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 dun. You know, you're too late. That's a email.
Lake of Fraud. Finally got my weapon.
Yeah. Do you have flame
Can't wait to
cleanse
get
me?
rid of
You
it.
don't have flame cleanse?
I do.
I do.
I've had it this whole time. I can finally use it.
But I need to equip like a talisman again to like actually use it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, I have been rotted though. What's that item over there? Is that good?
Maybe an item that reduces the rot.
The rot ring.
No.
Do we have that? No.
I
You
don't
could
think
just
so.
get something that like your rod bar is like longer, but it's
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have that.
Yeah, it's just need
Yeah, let's, Nito, you get it for us.
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, Nito, you should have spawned it here. What is this?
What? Nito? What the hell?
No, I did. I fucked it up.
I did it.
Yeah.
Because did you guys know? Did you get like
Yeah.
a stronger rod if you like get rotted in the lake or on the platforms?
What?
Really?
Yeah, the passive rod that you get when you get from being covered rotted, like this one, that builds up slower, is like way weaker.
I didn't know that.
So it's better to like get rotted that way.
I only know if you roll into the Scarlet Rod, or if you keep rolling after that, it builds up for whatever reason.
Yeah, and if that little build up afterwards rots you, it's like way weaker than the other rod.
Hmm. Oh.
Let's get the dragon kills over.
Damn it. Wait, do
They're
we need to
not
go over
gonna-
there, Nito?
Huh?
What are you getting?
What?
Neither wants to fight.
So I have to go
What are
all
you
the
guys
way over
talking
there.
about? Because I want to kill the dragon guy here. I want his weapon.
It didn't tell us we have to go that way.
Here.
Nito's pranking us.
No, I never pranked you guys in my entire life.
Always pranking us. I will Scarlet Rod him, trust it's going to work.
Yeah, I'll Scarlet Nora him too.
I threw a stone at him.
Get.
No,
Well, he
he's
ran
angry.
away.
He's
You
angry.
should have come here.
Golden 7. Now he's in that platform. I have to walk over there. Yep. He can be poisoned, right? Get pranked.
Oh, maybe?
Ow.
I don't know.
Get poisoned. Never mind.
Another fan that it builds up.
Get poisoned.
Oh, no. He
Oh, let's go. Get him.
I can't.
I'm getting him.
Nice.
Is he poisoned? He's
maybe.
poisoned.
I'm not sure.
He's stinky.
It's,
Yeah, he is. He is.
it's like M.
Yeah.
It is face reveal.
I'm gonna rot him. Oh, I am still here.
I smell like roses, do you? Since when?
What? He screams.
You did. And
Oh.
now I've been pranked.
Bro, I never saw that move.
This brand new move. Miyazaki updated it right now.
Yeah, he did. He punked us.
You're the shits, I'm here. I'm a trash talk M.
No, different then. I meant the different.
Another one, yeah, Eminem, you know?
Yeah.
The
yeah,
rapper.
Eminem.
Yeah. M and then the peanuts, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The snake.
I'm gonna die to rot.
Hey Leon, how you doing? You know how to.
Yay, my sword.
Juicebox, welcome in.
Oh my
How
god,
you
my
doing?
sword.
No, my sword.
My sword, let's go. Look,
Oh, you cringe.
I have it.
What?
It's mine.
There we go, Miyazaki.
Yo, can
did
I
it
do that too?
again.
Oh, I love this sword. It's my favorite
Lightning.
sword.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
finally I have it. I saved up.
Yeah, finally. I've been waiting all game for this. Now we can duplicate it.
Sash
Good.
doesn't have bleed on it.
Yeah, that's
That's the only negative.
Is there a... Where do we go now?
We kill an old man in underwear.
I'm at a stuff. Doing good, nice. We're doing well. We're getting our weapons for Nito. Thank you for the follow. It's cheese to meet you. Do you also play Elden Ring?
Always play Elden Ring.
Yes.
Guys, I think I'm gonna die, by the way.
Oh, that's fine.
I have 6 heroes. And there's a
I have no heals.
grace in front of us.
Touch the grace. Nito left us.
Yeah, I'm coming
Oh,
back
no.
down. I have like 0 health.
Yeah, I have no health with no flask.
Yeah,
Don't
one-
die in there, you will not find your thingies. I mean, you will
Well,
find it.
I mean, there's like a bonfire. We just have to get it.
Yeah, it's here.
Yeah, I am about to die like right now. In like 2 seconds.
You could
Why
teleport
did
here
you
and then get
leave
them.
me? Ugh.
I'm also about to
Damn.
die.
Nito, the
Weak.
prank.
Made it.
No.
No, I'm dead.
Thank you for.
No.
Oh, you died right
I'm
next to me.
activating it. Hey, Sergio, thank you for the look.
Thank you for the electro. Oh, do you play any games? Little brat.
There. Use it now.
Thank you.
What is up there?
An old
that-
man.
Oh yeah, up there, right?
Yes.
Where's the exit?
Old man in underwear. What item is to the left? I think there's also an item now.
Like, Nito, why are you stinky?
No.
He has a cookbook, I think.
Oh.
What do you say, Gendro?
You stinky, you have rot on you.
Grenada and GB, baby. I didn't.
I'm not stinky.
Would never kill. Would never kill.
Do we have to go back up there?
Yes.
Yes.
Just running through the route with the boys. Oh, you staggered him.
Very
Oh my god, let's go.
For a somber 6,
Worth.
that's worth it.
That's worth it, yeah.
What that guy's activating?
Great runes.
Our power up.
Because we died.
Damn, look at all them commands.
Commands. Wow.
What
I
is
even got them too.
/10 first? What? Or exclamation mark 10
Oh, that's
first?
for me. You can see the top 10
Oh.
who got first. For the dailies.
Hey guys, you can get like, oh, last quote. What? I love touching balls.
Love touching balls, I never said that.
You said that back in April. I could have sworn I had quotes in. Where's my quotes at? I'm getting prompt. Also, why am I using a rot thing to this guy in the rot land?
I mean, it's just a gravity guy.
Got him.
Alabasta.
That's not bad, right?
Yeah. His heavy attack does like a lot of staggering damage and it's rather quick. It doesn't consume much stamina.
God, what did you do? Did you spread your legs for someone at Twitch?
Oh, my mix-it-up got there.
Okay, I'm going back to round table. I want to upgrade my sword.
That's what he said, I'm going
Wow.
to bed.
We're not going finish this area here.
Yeah, also upgrade my sword.
Okay.
It's like
Well,
plus
quote
0.
is now enabled.
What is the
but-
start? Oh, the uptime. I mean, the
What-
uptime is kind of
what-
useless
what
when you see
is-
that.
Well, mine says I've only been on for 22 minutes.
Or maybe you disconnected then.
I
Oh,
guess
the
so.
Seribot, you know, it could have been maybe disconnected for a couple
Seribot.
of seconds.
He prompted us.
Seribot did it again.
Angry!
Angry? There's no angry, is it?
I don't think so. I think that was for my old one. I don't think I have that anymore.
Envy.
Angy.
Angie.
That's it. I'm angry.
Sad.
Are you hugging that person over there? You know? I think those are for my froggy, but I don't have a froggy anymore.
Oh, that's
I
what
lost
Emot
his
has.
files. Wait, how do I not have Somber 1?
I don't know.
Where do we get the
My
Somber
weapon is
1?
plus 9 now.
Wow.
Where's
You
the
think you're
finger
cool
ladies?
now, huh?
Yes, very cool.
There's me, he's okay. Yeah, the red guy's here, he's dead. What?
Nah, I die.
dying too.
Wow.
Where are you
What are
guys?
you doing?
I'm
They bumped me.
trying to buy some stuff.
Oh. Stop focusing on me.
Memory slots.
There's a nimble.
Oh. Kill issue, Nita? True.
I know.
Where is kill issue?
Damn, where am I at? I was first there a few times. Gyat.
You got me.
Wait, who y'all
Yeah.
fighting?
get pranked.
Where's this fight happening?
What? Why did you
Down.
sit down? Who sat down?
Who did that? What happened?
Genjo.
It was me. Get pranked.
Him got all the nuts.
I don't know where you're all fighting.
The downstairs, the bug people.
Do you know how
What?
to go down?
Down underground?
Where we, like Lake of Rod, where we stopped.
Wait, you're at the Lake of Raw right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we continue.
Where are you?
Oh, I'm still at the table. Wait, yeah, I hear you guys using spells. But
Oh.
I thought you guys were here in the round table.
No.
I was like, we all fighting over here. There's no enemies.
Yeah, we're fighting the invisible enemies.
I was about to jump down. I thought this was Night Rain.
Fighting for cookies? Yes,
Yeah,
maybe.
they were fighting for
Okay,
cookies.
let's wait here before we fight the tree.
I'm here. I'm just making my way downtown.
Making my way downtown.
Yep.
Walking fast. Du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du, and I need you. Du-du-du-du-du-du-du, and I miss you.
Oh, why is there a golden centipede here?
Why not?
I don't know.
Come here.
Why didn't you kill the bug guy first?
I thought you were on it.
No.
Oh my god, these bug guys.
The bug guy. He, like,
The bug
really
guys
was
are
trying
behind
to-
too.
No.
Oh, you hit him. Oh, maybe you hit him.
Okay, the bug guy is dead. We can concentrate now.
There's another bug guy here on me. I'm about to die to it. I'm gonna die to the bug guys.
Kill him.
I'm dead.
No.
I got rotted.
Where did they come from?
They were walking very slowly.
Yeah, they're walking.
I have died.
Oh, I'm dying as well. Yeah, I'm dead.
Why did you start it when there were bug people?
Yeah, I don't know.
Le Mao.
We should have killed all the bug people first.
Wait, you also died.
Hydrate.
Unknown has died.
I need to hydrate. Mm.
He's like spawn camping us. He's right there.
Here, let's rot him, and then we can kill him.
We need to fight the bug people first.
Yeah, I'm
The
here.
book.
The booga.
Well, you can snipe him.
The booger.
But I don't do a shit ton of damage.
What? I thought that that's like AoE. Why is it not hitting the other one?
Not it's like you have to stand really close together to do like AoE.
That guy in the thing didn't have to be close.
How do these shrimps not get staggered?
I just staggered him.
Yeah, they're shrimps.
They're
Yes.
shrimping.
Yes.
And you also have to drink.
Drinky.
It's an order.
Alright, I'm gonna rot this guy.
No, what do you mean?
Oops.
Not allowed. He's not going purple when he does that.
Yeah, how do I know when he's grabbing me?
Yeah. We need to fix this.
Miyazaki? Come on.
He
Where the
did it
purple at?
again. He forgot
No,
about it.
No, it was a purpose.
He just whipped me away with his tail. Alright, come here. Bam.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh
he's
no,
not
it's
in.
blasting.
There it goes. I still got hit by it.
Lamau. He's doing it, doing it again.
Another blast.
Another one.
Another one. Damn, this guy's lots of stores.
This guy's DJ
He
Khaled.
saved up.
He's doing it again.
No, not November, you know.
What?
True.
He just keeps spinning around. Bruh. I can't hit him.
You can't hear him.
No, I can't. Is his mic on?
Yes.
There we go.
I prompted.
Bam.
Noise.
And what
As
do we get?
expected.
13,000.
A golden seed.
Oh, I forgot to... Golden. I see.
But is LM... Let me know.
LMK is... Let me know.
Oh. Oh. It's pretty good.
Oh, yes, but I need... Somber one. That is not
Nice
cleansed.
one, Genjo. Nice one.
Just,
Yeah,
just
get
buy
cleansed
the
on.
somber one from EG.
From who?
EG, the giant smith, dude.
Oh,
Who is that?
I need to teleport there then. You need to go to
I
Fiji.
don't know any
in J-
giants.
in Japan, to Fiji.
Iji, Niji,
You know?
Sanji.
Japan.
Lemao
Yeah.
get pranked, Nito.
Bye.
We staggered him. Yes, yes. Wait, he got that off while we were destroying him?
He's an off-getter.
These guys.
Ow.
No, he nutted.
You dude.
No!
Nito!
He slapped me. I have so little health.
What? Can't tell
Why
if he was
is it on
attacking me or not.
me?
Bro.
These are the fucks.
These guys are so nimble. Get over here, let me backstab that. I'm dead.
Way too many.
Oh, Nito's coming in. There's so many.
Coming out, coming out.
Oh my god. That's insane.
Are you dead too?
Yes.
Alright, Nito, you got this? 1v3? The clutch?
Yeah, they just they don't know. They don't know.
That you're not knowers.
And now I will reset.
No, don't you dare.
Yeah, I got some rot, so I need to get rid of it.
No. Who cares?
I got the one that gives me less damage. I need to sit down.
Yeah, I have to now.
Are you going to attempt deadless? I mean, as you can see,
Yes.
we're doing really good.
This is deathless.
This is
Yeah,
our
it's like
deathless
first
run. This is our first attempt.
Yeah, we're going to reset once we beat the end boss.
Yep.
Yes.
We're gonna do deathless in next game plus.
Mm-hmm.
Can't eep, Luca. Nito is
Luca.
gliding. What? He's on ice skates. What's he doing?
Yes. Because Luca is not eating.
I mean,
Why can
deathless
you-
is easier than hitless. Hitless is harder.
Yeah, bro.
Scorpion Stinger. Epic
Huge.
weapon.
Oh my god. That's actually not bad in Night Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you love dodges.
The game that I
Maybe.
probably can do a deathless run is probably Hollow Knight, because that's pretty fun.
Yes.
Deathless run, Lies of P1.
Hmm.
It's cause of the lowest risk, maybe.
Damn, no eep. The bed won't let you sleep.
Grip, blue and cuddle blue. Maybe that will help.
Oh, is that already your spell?
I think so.
It should be, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a Grace in front.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so.
There should be.
And we're in the arena right now. Nito is just gliding. He's not even running.
Yeah.
Look at him
Got my
go.
roller skates on. Yeah, there's no grace.
No game
the
in
hell?
the streets. No eep in
Do
the
we want to
streets.
reset?
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, because I have
Yeah.
a bunch of rot because of the amount of times I died.
Let's also teleport to
I'm gonna teleport to the
Which one
To
was it? This
Fiji.
one?
Renala.
I'm going to Fiji.
Why?
I'm going
Why
to
Renala?
Renala. Because
What is
there's
there?
like there's the chest where you can get the ring, and then after Astel you can continue onward.
Oh, okay.
Because if you fight Astel anyway,
Hey Cloudy, how doing?
yo Cloudster.
Wait, who am I hearing in the background?
But the chest, it's like
What?
somewhere here.
There.
Yeah.
It's over there. Is Ginger also
Nice.
here?
No, I'm stuck in a loading screen.
Cool.
Perfect.
I'd like to report a stalker. Lonely. Nah. Lonely is too safe for that.
Okay, I guess I'll reset the game. What is happening?
Level up, guys.
I have to open the game first again.
Okay, let's do this. I mean, only one of us has to run there and activate the coffin.
No, we all have to go there.
Okay.
Jen just left. Oh,
Yeah.
I left a while ago.
Yeah, he said so. We must restart the game.
Look at that Miku. By Alpha.
Miku. Ooh, ee,
Oh.
ooh.
Wee.
Mike Mouse. Michael Mouse.
What?
The Mo. Get
Michael Myers.
Michael Mouse. Michael Myers.
I made it to Fiji.
Ah.
Now we just
Oh,
have to wait for Janjo.
Wow.
Hold on, he's talking to me about hearing his childhood been running.
Can I introduce you to some stone?
Ooh.
It's shiny. It glows.
I mean, I can also introduce you to some stone.
Oh? What kind of stone?
The explosive kind.
Aha!
Ah!
Aha!
What am I missing over there?
All the fun. Oh, you want the this one?
Alright, I'm coming.
Aha!
Nah!
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, no.
Hold on, I'm not coming
Where
in.
did you found that one?
There you go.
No, it's same color. Kinda.
Nice.
I have arrived.
But it's oh, oh my god. He will never find. He will never find you. Where the needle went? He was just here.
Where
He
did
was
I go?
gone.
Where is he?
Gone.
What the hell?
Oh, where's Ginger?
Look at me spin.
Oh, I found Needle. You must be
Oh,
this
Nito's
one.
there.
I found him.
Nyong.
Get out of there.
Where's the ring that you
Where's
got?
the boss?
What?
The ring is at Renala's place.
Oh, did you already get it?
Yeah. But I think you didn't get it, right?
No.
No.
Do I need it before or after?
You can get it after as well. It's just like
Okay.
there's a wall and you can't enter if you don't have the ring. After the
Bruh.
boss.
Can he be rotted? Just kidding.
Maybe.
Can we rot it?
Can we rot it?
Can we make it? Wow! I just came in through here.
Good
What is
props.
Yeah,
this?
Pronged.
You got
So
prunked
shit
on.
ass.
How did that not hit
Aha.
me?
I have no idea.
that like just went through my shoulder.
Bruh. I was casting spells, how dare you hit me?
You fuck.
So evasive. Ow.
Careful. He could proc you anytime.
Yeah,
That was
I'm waiting to hear the purple. So I know he's gonna prank me. Damn.
Oh boy.
He's doing the prank. The
Yes.
4.
He's a prankster.
I dodged that.
He,
Oh!
How?
He
I was,
prompted you!
Damn! Get pronked.
I was under him.
And his hands was there too.
Now we have the nito POV.
I thought I can jump over
What?
that.
Did you see that?
Ow.
No, he's. Oh. Almost cut you down.
Ah, it wasn't even close. No, not Dendro.
I'm fine.
Bruh,
The Mao.
I dodged that.
Dang it, I thought I had one more attack.
He's such a prankster.
Uh-oh.
Not the
No,
meteors.
not this one.
It's the weaker version of the old man in underwear. Not the stronger version, I mean.
Come on, just get stacked. I'm fine. No!
He doesn't want to. I'm out of stamina.
No, with this attack, I'm done.
Hey, I didn't get hit by it.
But I got swiped.
I see.
No, he prompted.
No, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. I live.
No, you're not.
I
you're
did not
you're
live.
He lives, he lives, he lives.
He's not
I'm living, I'm living. I'm alive right now.
He's living, yeah.
I even smashed my
That's what I did.
buttons.
That's what it
Again.
looks so bad.
I was like, where is he? And I look around and he's grabbing me.
No.
You have like no health.
I know. I put everything into it.
This guy is a prankster.
I have even less help than you guys.
I don't think so. What do you mean? That I wasn't even there.
Alright, sure.
Lemao.
And he's teleporting away again.
Hey, the sword actually does so much damage. After plus
I
9.
had time to hit him. Of course he does the laser start. That's bullshit.
I keep spamming that way too much.
Damn. Yeah. I
You
tried
got
to jump that.
this.
I tried to jump that too. Nito, you got it. Did you
We
win?
were so close. Oh, there's a stake of Marika.
Yeah, but we get a
Should we-
run.
Yeah, we should just.
Well, I'm going to Renala.
Oh my god, Bez is back. The Bezers.
Where's Renala's thing?
What do you mean you didn't take the stake of America? What is this?
No,
Is Renala
the
where?
one to get debuffed.
Is that Ronnie's?
You don't get debuffed.
You don't?
We all died. It's like
Oh, true.
not the rot thing. But my game crashed. Like it's infinite loading screen.
See, look what you did.
Bez done resting his eyes. Bez is never done resting his eyes.
Where's Renala's thing? Never mind, I found it.
Or do you just type red and then any word? Sleep.
Did he flee, my sweetings? Come out from whence ye hide.
He just types bullshit.
Aplenty.
Let's see.
Come out, say I, or will ye be gravestones? To be better born than
I have arrived.
And Bach.
Bach.
Maybe I should wear better armor this time.
Oh
No.
shoot,
Yeah, you're right. A bot.
Pot
Make
of
a-
greed. Haha,
Wait.
you can draw 2 cards.
No, like, keep standing still. I need to, like, do number 2.
Number 2, please don't.
what?
No, that's poop. Where's Ginger?
Hello?
Change your left.
Why did you
Change
leave?
your left.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No.
Why did you leave?
Because I'm teleporting back in.
Where are you?
I'm inside your walls.
Can you spin faster than me, Nito? I don't think you can. You don't know how fast I'm spinning right now. I'm spinning fast as fuck, boy. Oh. And I'm so sorry.
Ginger will never know where we are.
Yeah. He has no idea. Look at him. He's so
He has
confused.
no idea.
Where did
He
everybody
has
go?
no idea. Clueless. Clueless. Where did Ginger go? We lost him.
I have no idea. Where did he go?
What?
The mountain
Why did it take me out of the thing? He's gonna shoot us.
Ah!
Ginger.
Ah!
Could have dodged.
I did dodge. I got pranked.
Faster and better.
Shoot again.
Let me do...
I will get my runes first.
That's a good idea.
Oh, get out of there, Nito.
I can't.
You know, get out of there. Look out.
Get out of there. Nito, I said get out of there.
I need to get my souls.
Bro is not listening.
This guy didn't want to get out.
That is such a huge arc.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, his hitbox are like weird.
This fuckers.
He's teleporting behind me. He's gonna grab me. Okay, never mind.
No, it's not the grab one yet.
Oh,
What the hell?
tail.
The whip.
Yeah, please just do that the whole time. That'd be awesome.
Please don't. I hit an attack.
Oh, not that. The one where you just stand still.
Oh yeah.
Damn it.
No, they did. It's like if you're standing wrong, it's impossible to dodge that thing.
Yeah.
I can even dodge that.
Oh, we
Oh,
got
hell yeah.
I'll block that.
Double.
Very good. And
I was timing
I'm
it.
really proud of you guys that you first did a heavy attack and then pronked him.
Yeah.
Of course. We're
We're
smart.
knowers.
We're smart, yeah, we're knowers. I'm Noah A.
Ow.
He's Noah J.
I'm Noah B.
Noah B.
I mean J. JB.
Noah B.
BJ.
BJ. Yeah.
BJ. He's a BJ.
He's got a thing on his forehead. He's got a forehead.
Doesn't mean he's from India.
Well, I dodged the second attack. I didn't know I had to dodge another one.
You can't. It's like impossible. You have to run away. You can't dodge it.
No, I dodged the second one, but I forgot to dodge the third one.
You can't because it's like too fast. Like when you come
Oh,
out.
let's
out of the
go.
water.
Yeah!
Nice.
He was about to leave again. Why is
Like
this
when I
run so
throw
much
stone at
easier
him.
than the last one?
Because this time he didn't die and I throw stones at him. He's weak to gravity magic.
Nice. Oh, I
Thank you,
dodged it.
Em.
See? I was able to dodge them all.
Nah. It's a prong.
Oh, guys, kill him! I'll get grabbed.
Oh, that's a cool grab attack. I didn't see that one yet.
Okay, yeah, it was very cool.
He has like 2 different grab attacks. That's pretty epic.
Yeah, that was so epic.
You're big.
You got it. No prompt.
I didn't change my ring because I'm dead.
Where is... There's a bonfire. There it is. Oh, Eevee's blushing.
Oh, blushing.
Very cute.
I'm just watching Eevee. I died.
Now you can get the ring as well.
I already got the ring. That's why I left.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna teleport over there. I'm not running. Alright, where to next?
Yeah, to the elevator. Well, I am.
Okay.
We have to wait for Eevee.
Yes. Need 24 for this one.
But he's back.
He's back again.
I'm so back.
Oh, I'm running out of rune arcs.
Aha.
Amazing.
I don't know even if I have the remote.
I think we should all have it.
Oh yeah.
No.
That's the right one.
Wow, it's an automatic door.
Peak.
How nice.
Oh, we fight a dragon here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Abdullah Schmidt, right?
And we can marry Rani.
Let's
Already?
go.
Yes. And get the Moonlight Greatsword.
Yeah.
My favorite weapon.
Yeah, the best weapon in Dark Souls 2.
I mean in Demon Souls.
A dragon?
The dragon is nuts. No, I didn't.
Oh wow, it's a tanky.
But we all have a cool katana.
I am also a
All
dragon.
of it.
You fuck.
Please. Get pranked.
What?
Damn, what just happened to you?
No.
I don't have any health.
I'm stuck in his wings. I'm stuck in his legs.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That works.
Oh wow. Wait, wow, that's a long
Yeah, he
thing.
did his cool sword attack.
Yeah, I fell off the map.
Classic Genro.
Yeah.
He did it again.
I'll be right back.
But you're fighting a dragon, Genro.
I'm dead.
Nice.
Meow.
Meow meow.
Meow, meow, meow. What are you doing there?
But he's cheating.
Oh, but he is colored road.
Yeah,
Nice.
he got it.
Not even a challenge.
Why did I respawn on Genjo didn't?
Because you fell off the map.
Interesting.
Are you drinking enough, Em? Drinking enough tea? You know, the good kind of tea? No, then do it.
Why, she's sick?
No, but she keeps forgetting to drink sometimes.
I see.
Because dumb. Little bit dumb sometimes. She's not a smart fella like we are. She's a fart smeller.
Yes.
Inhale too many farts, and that's why, you know, it damaged the brain.
Understand.
Ginger respawned.
Yes, very good.
We found her.
Did we win?
We win. Wait, why did you die, Nito?
No, we're winning. We're not dying.
But it says Nito died.
Yeah, I didn't get on the ledge on the hole. I just fell all the way down.
Oh, all the way down. Yeah, we're still winning.
What
The
happened?
fun part is I just popped the great room before doing that.
Nice, that's amazing. Good job. That's how you do it.
I wasted it for nothing.
Nah, not wasted. Why would they make this here? And you cannot even go there. That's so mean.
Where the hell am I? It's a dog.
Did y'all finish the dragon?
Yeah,
We did.
cool.
Nice.
I need better trip than this.
Starlight stars. Oh my god, that's from me.
There's so many. It's for the Duchess.
Ooh.
Who?
Did y'all sit down?
Who?
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 Who? How does the owl make? Who?
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 So dumb.
Yeah.
I can finally do it.
Genjo died.
Are you
Not
looking?
really
Are
yet.
you looking at me?
No.
Wait, should you guys go in the hole?
Oh, spinning weapon. Let's go.
Yes.
But shouldn't it be longer? It's not the Ash of War, right?
Yeah, it's like spinning. It's spinning weapon, but it's like the special edge of
Staff?
that staff.
Oh,
That's why it's
That's
like
not-
more in front
that's
of you as
cool.
well. Usually it's like closer, right?
That's not as cool.
No, it's really cool.
Alright, guys. Hello.
We're down still. Where Ronnie is. There we are.
I'm right here, right?
Get off your horse. What is this? No horses at the wedding allowed.
Look, I don't have any magic juice anymore. I can just spin it now.
Hey. Can't believe we already got married.
Yes.
Oh, the fingers are there.
The fingers.
Fingers.
Yes.
The fingers. Take off the ring and steal it. Me in 2025 proposing to my sex bot.
Not you.
No, Gibbs word.
Yeah, keep sword.
Gib. Cannot talk to her.
Keep.
I'm talking to her now.
Keep.
She keeps
I want
looking.
sword. Keep sword.
Where's word? Gib.
Keep.
I
Keep,
got it.
I got.
I got it.
Oh, what's the best weapon in the game?
It's the best weapon in the game.
38 intelligence. Let's
30.
go. I'm too dumb to use it. I'm too dumb to use it.
I could use it, but
Look at
I
that.
already got my sword.
See that? Oh,
But I'm good with my bows.
Yeah, look at this, Ginger.
someone's screaming back there. Yeah. We beat Elden Ring. Got married. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, the other stuff here we don't really have to do, right?
Yeah. Like no DLC, we already got married.
Yeah, there's nothing to do.
Okay, good.
Yep.
We beat the game.
We beat the game.
We were doing the Mary Ronnie speak.
Okay, what do we do now?
You're the Elden Master, so you tell us. Do we have the both of the bathhouse?
What bathhouse? What?
Said plateau. What?
We could kill Blight and get his armor.
Blight.
Yeah.
Why would you kill my boy?
God damn it.
Blight. Blight Town.
In Blighttown?
I thought. Yeah, Blight Town.
Shrine of Amana? The hell? Thought I was stuck loading screen there.
Where's
Thank you
Ginger?
for the follow, Dressel.
I am building
Doing
very
well.
slowly.
No, I didn't. That was too slow.
Lemao. Where is he though? Where's the
Outside.
Sherman?
Tower.
Hey,
Oh,
you guys
outside
go to
of
the
the-
other one?
Get away.
You pranked me.
Oh, there
There
he
he
is.
Get propped.
Alright.
How much damage I did.
Hello. Oh, he's so fast.
What?
He's going beast mode.
It's Mr. Beast.
I staggered him.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. Get staggered.
Nice.
Get propped.
Now we have to complete first set. How is this weapon, by the way? Is it good or bad?
That's pretty good.
It's the
A little
best
bit
weapon
slow,
in the game.
but pretty good.
Never used to it.
I used it in Night Rain.
Night Rain.
Night Rain.
Is it even a Night Rain?
Yeah, the Royal Greatsword.
Yeah, it is.
I used to when I play Welder, whenever I find it. Alright, where to?
We can do. Can go here.
Where is here? Main Academy Gate.
Yeah, we have to teleport there and then use the teleporter there to get to the other side. And
Oh, you wanna go to the plateau?
yes,
Mhm.
I mean, I mainly want to get to the church where like the dragon fuckboy is. You know, the guy with the frenzy Wike's war spear, Wike. Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that in the wind area though?
What? Yeah, I mean, there's Zavadriel, but he's also invading you up there.
Oh yeah, where the frenzy thing is. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
AO?
where
What is
the
AO?
because that dragon fuckboy, which he is.
Oh
He like
fuck boy.
yeah, he's like fucking dragons. That's why he betrayed the
He
Cold War or
is.
something like that. That's the lore.
He's a monster fucker.
Miyazaki wrote that personally.
Yeah, that was his insert character. It's actually
What
him.
happened?
I had to reset.
Okay.
I was stuck in the loading screen.
Introduce me to some dragons? No.
Do I have more? I must quickly go to EG.
EG.
Yes.
GG.
I want to upgrade my magic stick.
Smigstone 3.
I'm stuck in the loading screen again.
Very good.
Am I getting prompt?
Maybe.
Or you teleported? Maybe I teleported at the same time.
Get prompt.
I have no baby rings, really. How?
I already put all the bell bearings there, so it should already be like all the items should be there from the bell bearings we got.
No, the fucking loading
I have
screen.
nothing, yeah.
What?
Yep.
The loading screen is bronking me.
Well, we only got like 4 bearings.
The bad variety, what is the bad? What is a bad dragon? What is that?
Never heard of that.
No. Are there any good ones?
Joining again. Oh, man. You don't have any
Applied for
thing
lack
on
of
the lady here?
No, I have
What
no
lady?
bad bearings there.
Oh, really?
I have only one.
Well, what items can you buy?
Only the standard ones.
What?
So why is she floating?
You don't got the bones and everything?
Nope. Okay, these weapons are actually trash. But look, feet. Feet, oh my god, you get a better... Look, sniffer. Sniffer. Sniff the feet. Huge sniffer.
my dog nose, they're even more pungent.
Yes, Sam? Why does Booba and Booba say you are online? Oh, because I have it in the back. I forgot.
We fine.
Horseman. Because I really like his helmet. Would be pretty epic if that drops. What? Why you're yellow?
Yellow.
I've always been yellow.
No. Sag.
Graduate.
Got his great shield.
That's pretty cool.
Damn. Crap, what the hell? There you go. To the plateau. Sacred tier.
Yes. Very important.
Where? Plateau.
The church.
Yeah, the merge church.
Like this one. The Bellum Church.
What? We just
Oh,
died for
he
six runes.
I killed a sheep.
Sheep.
How could you?
It killed playing sheep
Damn.
with coach.
Oh, I love this area. This is great.
Yeah, it's amazing. There are a bunch of frenzy reds.
Yeah.
But luckily,
Frenzy
due to,
gingers.
due to the seamless, I don't even get frenzied. It's bugged.
Perfect.
Nice.
I got a yellow ember.
As intended.
Oh, I'm getting frenzied now. That's not good.
Hmm.
I want my buck back.
Oh yeah, I'm
No,
not
no,
getting
that's not a
frenzied.
bug, that's a feature.
No, I got frenzied.
Lemao.
The Gendros.
I got him.
Frenzied me.
How do we
It did all
unfrenzy
the
it?
work.
Haha.
Oh. Is there a frenzy guy here? Howl
Howl of
Shabriri.
That's,
That's
so good.
pretty good.
Hey, stop going crazy. What y'all do? I didn't even get frenzy. I got the bug.
You didn't get it at all.
Where's Nito?
I died, remember?
Why?
Because all of a sudden I got frenzied, and then the reds were like not letting me heal,
Dang.
Wow.
and then the frenzy, you know.
I'd say we got the thing over here.
I'm nearly there as well.
Why you red need a ginger? It looks like you're an invader or something.
I am.
What do you mean he's yellow? He's not red.
Just not yellow.
It's yellow.
That's orange.
Orange red.
No, you guys sat down. The reds are back.
Haha, Lemao.
I didn't sit down. There's only like 3 reds.
Get pranked.
Get blocked.
Invading your pants. He can invade my pants. Hey Adriel, how you doing? Doing well.
Hello, Adriel. How you doing?
Should we do the
Which one?
magma worm down there too?
And what?
The magma worm at the tree.
Sure.
What?
I'm ready.
There's a magma worm at the tree. It's like there's one that like above the elevator.
No, there's one here. No? Oh wait, I think I remember that from the randomizer. It's just a tree avatar.
I see a moving mouse over there. Are you gonna get the tree?
The tree.
The tree.
The tree.
It's just something merged.
I do hear boss music. What happened?
Oh,
Can you be rotted? Damn.
oh wait, I can try.
Where the hell are you guys?
Downstairs.
Yeah, you got this.
It's not Sky Brother.
I don't know. I think so. Now yes. Stinky.
Gagging on vodka. That's wild.
Is this on you or me? Let's see. I'll poison him too.
Yo, Gold, how you doing? Nice.
You gonna heal us? I don't know if you got him.
Measure on me again.
Get ranked. Need no help.
I don't know how to get there.
Just do it
You
super
go
fast in
downstairs.
DLC. The DLC is so much fun.
Oh wow.
You guys are all hidden.
You can go.
Hey, he's playing Halo Reach. I love Halo Reach. We should play Halo Reach again, guys.
Yo, Halo Reach?
I love Halo Reach. Best Halo.
Or do we... You know, he's dead.
Yeah, it's fine. Good job.
Well, I don't have the grace.
The Grace.
You just teleport to the like the, you know.
We don't need to do anything else down
Grace.
here?
I don't think so. It's just like some goodies that we don't really need.
But what about the dog?
The dog.
The dog.
The two dogs actually.
Yeah.
The dog doing.
Can someone sit down at the Grace?
Yeah, I'm trying to teleport so I can sit down.
Say, but my game froze again. I think.
Yeah, we will
Perfect.
probably get the DLC. This game has swaps. Since when? Always. Always. You didn't knew that?
I have sat down.
Nope, not at all. Yeah, you can teleport. You just have to hit the map.
What do you mean? Did you play the whole game without teleporting?
I guess.
Just ran in the horse the whole time.
How did you even play that game? Like you just go to your map and then go to the Grace and then just click on it and you can teleport. Oh, catching his left.
Yeah, I got the loading screen bug.
Oh, again. No.
Yeah, let's kill the magma one and then maybe call it a day.
Magma worm?
Magma worm.
Yeah, magma worm.
The magma worm.
The elevator. In the valley.
I am not on nowhere. Where's that at?
This is a magma worm?
Yeah, like on the way to the Altus Plateau. You can get
From
the
the
elevator
church?
or you can go the magma worm.
Oh,
Like if
like
you continue,
here,
if you continue yeah, exactly. That church, the Belling Church. Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Did you not wanted to kill the Vikes War spear thingy?
I did. Yeah, let's do that first. but then magma worm.
Okay.
Bruh, you're pranking me.
Yeah,
do you
because I
mean?
was also like, should we teleport now or
I
not?
teleported to the
I didn't
church.
prank anyone. Yeah, it was like just
He
a
told me, yeah, the
continuation
church.
of our. It was the continuation of our plan.
Wow.
We had a plan.
Yeah.
I was not aware of the plan.
Yeah, the plan is that we don't have a plan.
And I got pranked.
We just run everywhere.
Where the hell am I?
That's
Oh,
why.
That's
yeah,
what I could
pranking.
say.
How did? But Gold, you played the game on stream too. How did nobody ever told you that you can teleport? You were even in the DLC. You were mesmerized in this tower. And you just ran all the way.
I mean, he had to teleport, but like maybe from the bonfire, and not from. I don't know. You have to teleport. How do we get to round table hold and stuff like that?
And you could
Just
my
never
Elden Ring.
upgraded.
But this was Night Rain. Oh, that's why he thought that's Night Rain. No, that's not Night Rain. Night Rain, you don't have horses.
No, right, right.
Imagine you.
No, you can't teleport in Night Rain. You confuse Night Rain with normal Elden Ring, yeah.
A rookie mistake.
New challenge, play Elden Ring without teleporting.
That's take years.
Did we kill White now or not?
Hmm?
What about White?
Yeah. We're still at the Grace now.
No, we're all at White, but you're not.
Oh, because your name was still showing me this, I was like, okay.
No.
Because I just wait there until you spawn in or something.
Or do you have to do like the quest line of the blind girl for White to show up here?
When I'm doing the challenge, never. When you play Dark Souls 2 with us,
Mhm.
doesn't he usually
Yeah,
spawn
should
in
spawn.
already?
Okay, I think you have to do the quest line of the blind girl.
Probably.
Whatever, it's not that important.
Sure.
I can still hit this church.
Yeah, we're playing it right after this.
Oh. Maiden.
Maiden.
Maiden these. We're playing it right now? No. This is not Dark Souls 2. Otherwise this game would be peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get the bell bearing from them. Do you get them?
No, never.
We need to kill them. Aha.
No, still no helmet for me.
Killing the worm here.
The worm.
Follow. Never mind.
You're very quiet, Ginger.
So I need to turn myself up. How's
What was he
this?
again?
What?
What are we doing here?
Oh,
You go to Altus Plateau.
Oh.
And kill a magma worm on the way.
nice. That's amazing.
Barbaric. Whoa. You go up the ladder?
Yes.
I love ladders.
Why
Do you
is the
know
sheath
about
so long?
step ladder?
Yeah.
Why is the sheath of the dragon katana so long? Look at that.
Hmm?
Like, look at the length of the katana and then the length of the sheath. The sheath is way longer.
It's a good question.
Just a scam.
You
I have
wouldn't
to-
understand Miyazaki's mind.
I have to tell Miyazaki.
Yeah. Gotta tell me he needs to add one more Night Fair next month. We need a third one.
2 more. We need a 4th one.
True.
We need the naked man
With
Yeah,
a
we need
pot
a
on his head.
need a deprived.
and
Night
the
Fair.
katana.
Just a pot class. Like a guy that just throws pots.
I think that'd be too OP. That's why they
They
haven't
need
put
to
it
buff
in
the
yet.
pots.
Oh, poison.
Ah,
Perfect.
stinky.
Aha,
Now
aha.
we can finally experience the experience of being
This
a
is
stinky.
amazing.
This is peak.
Wait,
This game thought of everything.
here you go.
Thank you.
I got rid of flame frenzies, but I have heal.
Wow, you guys are so cool.
No, thank you.
You guys think you are so cool.
No, you didn't say
We
that.
know we are. This guy is T-posing.
Yeah, I do that as well. What?
Damn. The fire guy. Oh,
Aha,
strong
can get
button.
stinky if you already are stinky.
Wow.
We're gonna have this spell.
Does this one not explode?
Maybe.
Yeah. Got him.
Soft cotton, oh my god, that's so good.
It is.
Cotton candy. The tail?
Yes, I am the tail. Whoa.
Whoa. Nice.
I was trying to see if I was gonna fall off the bumper.
I really like the one spell though. You know, the horn charge, shoulder bash.
It's actually really strong. You can like stagger most enemies with it.
Yeah.
Like,
What?
I think you can stagger America with it, like permanently.
Nice.
Oh.
You know the weak boss America, Malenia,
Right here.
Nah, there we go.
you know Mark,
Mark.
Margaret.
I know Mark. Margaret.
Margaret.
Forgot to upgrade my suit.
What?
My suit didn't upgrade.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Ginger.
What?
Yeah,
Huh?
like your voice becomes like a robot. It's like weird.
Wait, where did I die? Did I forgot my runes?
Why am I a robot?
Now it's normal again.
Huh? Where
When did
I
you die?
What are you talking about?
Oh, the tree. I died at the tree.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right. I forgot.
Remember.
Remember who you are.
and that tree was like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It okay.
Rune arc.
Quick. Okay, good.
Quick. He's doing it again.
It's time to sit down because I used stuff.
It's time. There's not even a boss. There's not a boss here. You lied to us.
I know.
There's no magma worm.
I'm a liar.
Yeah, get pranked.
Liar, 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 prince on fire.
Damn.
Thank God I'm not wearing pants.
Not even wearing pants.
I just
that's
bounced off of him. And you stop doing that. Oh. You pranked me.
I pranked you.
Get wrong. I really like the sword as well. Great weapon.
Damn. Huge
It's the
damage.
balls. Aha, he wanted to get away. But I got him.
Wait, did you roast him? Why is he stuck?
I did.
He's stuck on my screen. He's not moving.
Oh,
Makar is bad.
Oh my god.
dragon hard.
The dragon magma sword.
We can become magma worms ourselves.
Yes.
Oh wait.
I will get my runes back.
Okay.
If I knew where it was. Oh, here.
It was by the thing.
By the tree.
I'm gone.
I'm gonna spin my stick.
There you go.
Go rest your eyes, Bears. Maybe he is already resting his eyes. He's a professional ice rester.
What? Why did it just disappear?
I don't know.
Didn't know there was a timer.
I think it was just like, you know, your character got like stuck somewhere, and then
Oh.
you fell like 1 centimeter down, and then this spelled it. There should be a timer.
I'm
This is
Flame
really just
Marker.
typing some birds and hoping it's an emote.
Lord. But yep, I think that's it for me today.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit exhausted.
We did some
We got a lot of
progress.
progress.
Yeah.
And now to Night Rain. That's what you
Now
meant,
to
right?
Night Rain.
Exactly.
It's
Now
time.
Magnus
Night
Ring and now
Rain.
Night Rain.
And after that, Dark Souls 2.
Yeah,
go.
let's do it.
Oh, Melina. What are you doing here?
Me one. Dark Souls 2.
Oh. Janjo did the
What?
thing and Nito didn't witness it.
I know.
So, I'm
I
sad.
can't believe it. Kaching159 left us.
I know.
Yeah, I'm getting. We're playing Dark Souls 2.
Okay, so let's go.
Yeah, come on.
Gaming. We have to game. Enough
You guys-
stacking, enough farming, enough grinding.
I see you next time. Bye.
Yeah, thank you for
Just let us
joining.
know when you're
Bye
free. Bye bye.
Yes, I will. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Alright.
Change your video, continue streaming, or will you...
I was gonna ask
end?
you that question.
Hmm?
Are you gonna continue?
Will you continue?
Will you continue
No, I will not.
as well? I need to get food. I haven't eaten.
I don't hear you. What did you say?
I haven't eaten. I'm gonna get food.
Oh, okay. But will you end your stream or just pause it?
Oh, and then,
Okay, ended. Okay.
so let's go find somebody.
Kurasuki is streaming. Sukibuki, Puki, Shnuki, Silent Hill.
Streaming without us.
Unless you want to raid someone else.
I'm good.
Okay, let's raid Kurat then.
You spell his name.
Hmm?
You spell his name correctly.
Like this.
Yes.
No.
But thank you for joining, was fun, Jinjo.
Yes, yes.
I-
Let me know when you wanna miss a read.
Yeah, maybe next
Well,
weekend.
now they know.
I should be
Okay.
good. I don't have anything.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
I sent.
Ow.